Welcome everybody to a look at the third and final film in the World Noir Volume 3 box set from Radiance Films, and it is 1950s Girl with Hyacinths. So this is directed by Haas Ekman, who I've not seen anything else from before, but I suspect that Radiance Films probably will release more of his films in future. This is a drama film clocking in at 90 minutes long, and the only actor I've seen anything from before is Ulf Palm, who had a minor role in the film The Counterfeit Traitor, which is set in the kind of Nordic countries, I think it was anyway, during World War II, so it kind of makes sense that you'd have at least one Nordic actor from that period that also is in this one. So yeah, it is set in Sweden. It has in the Swedish language, and yeah, it's about a young woman who dies by suicide and leaves all her belongings to her next door neighbours, one of which becomes determined to investigate her reasons for taking her life. So this drama is an overall effective look at her character, their mental health, and the events that led up to why someone would take their own life, which feels way ahead of its time because it's not, you know, judgmental in her reason for taking her own life. It feels a lot more grown up, a lot more forward thinking, and yeah, for something that is 75 years old now, yeah, really does feel a lot newer than it actually is. Um, it's also done in a sensitive manner as well as a non-judgmental manner. The cast is also really good. The pacing is on point. The narrative structure is well executed, as when our neighbour meets certain characters, we hear their story of their encounter with uh, the girl with hyacinths. So we get flashbacks, but it never becomes confusing. You're never, confused about what is going on, or what time period we're in. It is made quite clear cut. It is also engaging throughout. The character interactions are well written, and the cinematography is decent as well. Now, this has had a 2K restoration presented on Blu-ray for the first time outside of Sweden. I would say, however, that the sound quality is not the best at all, really, in certain aspects. There is quite, at times, I feel like it was either hissing or there were pops here and there. And yeah, it didn't sound the greatest. But the picture quality is perfectly good, but the sound quality could be a lot better. It does have the original uncompressed mono PCM audio, so that may be why it doesn't seem like that's been restored at all. However, we do also have audio commentary by Peter Jimstad, who was from 2025. Then we have Meeting with Haas. In this TV documentary, filmmaker and actor Haas Ekman discusses his career. That's from 1993 and clocks in at 64 minutes long. Then we have Golden Streaks in My Blood, Seeing and Not Seeing in Girl with Hyacinths, a new visual essay by Julia Armfield from 2025, clocking in at 11 minutes long. Then we have a newly improved optional English subtitles and reversible sleeve featuring the original and newly commissioned artwork. So this is the original artwork. So this is a painting that actually has a role in the film itself, with one of the people that our neighbour meets, who is an artist himself. And that is a painting of the young woman that takes her own life. And then we have the newly commissioned artwork on the reverse as well. So yeah, all in all, a fairly solid film. 4 out of 5. Not my favourite from this box set, but neither is it my least favourite, because I could connect with this on a little bit more of a personal level than I could with the Lost one with Peter Lorre. So yeah, the Lost one does get last place with 3.5 out of 5. It's not an awful film or anything like that. It is actually a fairly good one in a lot of ways, but I just couldn't personally connect with it all that much, and I felt like the tone was a little bit too dark and a little bit too uncompromising. Then obviously Girl with Hyacinths comes in second with 4 out of 5. Really effective look at our lead character and her reasons for doing what she did. And then finally, Not Guilty, 4.5 out of 5. Easily my favourite of the box set, but also one of my favourite French films that I've seen so far. And yeah, really, really good cast, and yeah, an engaging plot throughout as well. So yeah, all in all, a fairly solid box set. It's probably not my favourite of the three, because I think the Lost one was a little bit of a letdown in certain regards. Maybe I was expecting a bit too much from Peter Lorre as a director and an actor in one film. But still, it's an overall solid box set, and one that I'm not displeased with getting, and one that I do highly recommend, because all three of these films do have something different to offer. Different tones, different kind of executions of doing these kind of black and white film noirs. So on the whole, I do think they're all worth watching, but you might not enjoy each one as equally as one another, like I did. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.